Hey everybody. Sorry I got so mad earlier. I still have not eaten. When I don't eat for days, I tend to get cranky. And when I get stupid comments, let's admit it, there were a lot of trolls on there. Please talk to an actual physician about MRSA. MRSA burrows holes into you. Okay? If you are using needles for IV drugs correctly, there is nothing there at all. Okay? Those holes I have in my arm are giant, humongous holes. And it sounds ignorant at the very least, and like a hateful person to the point of wanting me to unalive when they say things like that. Go to rehab. Well, what was all of the work for in May all about? Like, I don't know if I agree with what's going on this time in recovery. I'm not supposed to focus so much on it with my social media, but I did a lot better when I was. Maybe it's time for a different sponsor, because they don't like that I do this. And they're not perfect themselves. Okay, everyone keeps telling me to go to shelters. If you look, the one that they say here in Montevilla, it's not a shelter, okay? It's tiny homes. You need a referral. You need all these things to get in there, and you don't just get in there like that, okay? All the things I'm on lists for, okay? I don't get in overnight. And I'm in one of those weird spots where my house is in foreclosure. I have no money to pay the mortgage this month. I couldn't. I'm gonna lose it. I'm 4 months behind. I'm supposed to make a double payment this month, and I couldn't even make one. I mean, I've offered to give people the police number, the case number. If you support me, what is so hard about calling the police and asking them why they're not working harder on this case? Why is it they're not doing anything on this case? You combined it with my freaking phone that was stolen. Is there anyone that can tell me how to keep a phone? There's supposed to be ways the phone doesn't shut off. Every time they take the phone, they're able to disable and dismantle everything on the damn phone, so I can't even track it. I can't see where it's at. I can't do anything. I now know how people get stuck in this life. Because everyone on the outside of this life thinks they know best, and they have solutions that children have to world problems. How do we solve the Palestine-Israeli problem? They should come and have a tea party, and then you'd have tea, and Mr. Snuggles will snuggle with them, and they'll be best friends. And Hamas won't shove missiles onto people in Israel, and Israel will stop the genocide of the Palestinians by strangleholding all their water. Yeah, it'll be all better. All better. The Wilkes-Sykes Treaty, they basically stole all the land and divided amongst the French and the English after World War I. That was a good treaty. It really, it drew lines, because the Middle East, they always had lines. They were never nomadic or anything. So it's really good. And Israel should exist because the majority of them were Russian Jews that converted in 1500 and have absolutely no claim to that land whatsoever. Unlike the Palestinians, that many of them ancestral were probably the same as Jews. They just became Muslim. A different name for the same God. See, it's things like that. Or in African countries that have starvation because of crop failure, we should give them food, because then the farmers won't have to sell their food. The farmers will not have to sell their food because it would be too expensive. Everyone's used to getting free food, and that would solve other problems, because then they just become completely reliant on European and now the Chinese. Yeah, so we should fix that problem and then we colonize them. Because colonization is awesome. It destroys culture, language, everything. And then it makes it easier to pillage the resources. Yay! It's just shit like that just pisses me off. I love capitalism. It's the best. Because if you can lie, cheat, and steal under a financial system of legality, you can be worse than the worst crooks. Somebody that bought some stuff that grew, and if you smoked it, made your glaucoma go away, in the 1980s under Rockefeller laws, could get 20 years in prison. But under capitalism, you can steal people's entire life by enslaving them to the job. But that's okay. You can also go to developing nations and steal all their resources and pay a corrupt government pennies on the dollar to do so. But that's okay. It doesn't matter. You poisoned the rivers, took what they had, and ruined their agricultural system and fisheries because it's capitalism. And it doesn't matter if we kill all the caribou in northern Quebec for Hydro-Quebec. The size of Germany gets flooded because those people don't count. They were First Nations. First meaning, it only matters who's last nations. That shit pisses me off. Anyways, I don't... Verbally, what happens is the same as you walk up on a homeless veteran, only in your world he's probably drinking, right? And you say to her, burn. You say something like, you did this to yourself. You're a homeless drunkard because you did it to yourself. And he's like, I can't put the dreams out. I cannot put the dreams out. They're nightmares. I need to sleep. I need to sleep. And the drinking's all that turns off the voices. The screams. I don't care. You made the choice. I didn't ask you to go fight for me, motherfucker. And then she says, you're right. You didn't ask. I volunteered to do it for you. I volunteered for myself. I want to make a better life for myself and my family. So yeah, I volunteered. It is my fault. It's all my fault. I wasn't prepared for what I was going to do and what I saw. And it's completely changed my view on the current world and the lives where people live. And I can never go back to unseeing that. And I'm never going to be normal, and I'm never going to want to live in a little house with a little roof over my head, doing some dumb 9-to-5 bullshit. Oh yeah, because that's right, I get seizures a lot. But that's okay. Oh yeah, now what you're about to see was the beginning, and it's the people that just keep talking about dogs. Well, after I leave, keep talking. She's a wonderful person. Wonderful. I love her. Her name's Kat. She's my hooker buddy. She's 60, I'm 47. We're both old hookers. We're very old. It's okay though. Love you. Have a great day. Still hungry though. Still haven't eaten. Hey everybody. How are you doing? I am doing not so great. I'm hiding.
This dog wanted blood, and he bit his teeth hard, and he had to fight. And Snoop made him fight. Make him fight. And the dog afterwards was huddled up against him like crying because he wanted to play. He doesn't want to be violent. Almost cheers when they make a basket, and then tries to get the ball out of the hands of the opposing team because you jump up and knock it out of their hands. I mean, he gets it. And down at the shelter, they would play basketball, and they would have him choose a team. They'd smile, but he'd come running up. He'd get so excited when they were getting ready to play. He knew it, but they're choosing teams, right? He would be so happy running up like, oh, yeah, we get to play basketball. He'd be running up and down the court, barking and shit. You know, and the other side would get the ball. He'd be running next to the person that has the ball, trying to get the ball from him and shit. I was like, you gotta record that shit live. I'm telling you, shelter dog plays basketball. Imagine the views.
That would be amazing.
They'd send them money and everything. Send treats for him, toys. Look how pretty that